Yeah, I know the tape's rolling. Why? Because the party takes you places that you didn't really plan on going. Let's do this thing. Hey, how's it going, YouTube friends? It's me, your one furry boy. Never. I hope that you're doing good in the world gone crazy with the worldwide ick. Because if you're sick and depressed or lonely, I hope this video cheers you up. Because there's not much else I can do. I wish I could do more. But, you know. Yeah, you were watching my show, the only show with lemon-scented limes, lest I forget, and the only show with a supernatural, super awesome, third eye. I mean, why ask why? Does this joke ever get any better? Nah. But if you did, laugh! Then thank you. It's Wednesday again, my friends, and because I don't use a web camera, I have to tell you, I have to use the dulcet tones of my voice to tell you thank you for being my YouTube friends. I know things aren't going well, and I don't know what to say other than thank you for the people who are sticking with me. And I also want to thank you for clicking that subscribe button and that little bell icon. Even if it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, thank you for doing that for me. Also, thank you for sharing. With that said, let's just get right into this movie, shall we? And today's movie is Vienna and the Fantomes. It is a rated R film. It is an hour and 36 minutes. It is a drama, music, romance movie of somewhat. If this stuff did happen in this film, I don't remember it happening. Gerardo Naranjo directed this thing and wrote it. It stars Landry Jones, Ryan LaBeouf. I don't think he's related to Shia LaBeouf. Evan Rachel Wood, Jeremy Allen White, Olivia Lucarda, Dakota Fanning, and Frank Dillane. These people are pretty much the only people you're going to see in this movie. And I feel like this movie is a bit of a lie. It says the tagline is a roadie travels across America with a punk rock band in the 80s. Now, I remember punk rock in the 80s was screaming guitars and heavy bass lines with awesome riffs. This is synth new wave music through this whole movie. There is not a punk thing that happened in this movie. Even though that punk is lame and so am I. I don't know what else to say. It just feels really weird. It's very synthy. It's very synth pop. And nowhere does that ever come into play in this whole situation. Our production companies were Lola Visual Pictures, Mutessa Movies, Osua Entertainment, Silver State Productions, Services, and Vermintide. Our distributor here in the good old United States of America, God bless America, land that I love, was Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Yeah, I had to dig around to find this. And I think that they're not too pleased with this either, but, that's the way things are. My thoughts on the film now, yeah, it's not a punk movie, just, it's, 80s synth pop, or, well, at least 80s new wave synth kind of stuff. It's not punk rock. There's nothing really going on here. This is background music for your day. It's basically a lot of thumping little bass lines and a lot of synth drums and keyboard stuff that just never really, inspires anything. It's so mundane. Everything that's going on in this movie is something that pretty much could have happened in anybody's day, of anybody's week, of anybody's month in the 80s. The motorhomes and stuff were, you know, particularly just wastelandy backdrop, and they seem to be stuck in the Los Angeles desert forever. And they never really get out of that wastelandy Los Angeles desert ever. I do like that they do cover, you know, people making tapes for people and stuff like that, and nostalgia alone isn't going to save this film. It gets really dark towards the end, and it gets like almost attempted
demonetize.
I didn't like that, and they kind of like just rode away from that, and I'm like, no, you don't end a movie with lead characters trying to
demonetize
each other this way and just go, well, we're just going to like leave you there. It just feels like there's nothing going on here, and it is basically background fodder. And I can see why it is a 4.0 on IMDb and a 17% with no tomato meter for this. And I don't think this is ever going to get beyond VOD, just to be honest with you. The way things are going, movies are getting thinner and thinner, and the plots are getting lesser and lesser because we're trying to splice together footage we shot in, 2017 to make a movie. And, if we can just keep you entertained for an hour and 30 minutes, who cares? As long as we make back the money we paid for shooting. Yeah, it's kind of the way it is. I do want to see what CinemaSins thinks about this, just because it is horrible. I just don't know what else to say. There's no movie here. It's basically Seinfeld, the movie, and we've seen Seinfeld. We know what happens in Seinfeld. And we're tired of that. We wanted something new and fresh, and we got Seinfeld. I don't know what else to say on this, so let's just go right to the end. I don't see this as a TV watch, and I don't see this as a DVD buy, and the rest of that is pretty much pointless because I've already paid for it once. With all that said, if you like what you see in here, make sure you click that like button. Likes and views are how the YouTube thing works. I don't like it. It's just the way it is. And remember, all comments are 100% guaranteed response. You know what to do. I don't have to tell you. You don't need a spiel here. Let's be YouTube friends. And I have to ask, I have an Amazon, I have a Patreon. It is not without your support that keeps this channel afloat. Thank you for paying for my movies. Thank you for replacing my hard drives. Thank you for supporting my American dream. And with all that said, for a final time, because it's a giant running joke on this channel that I can't stop saying it, I think it is, I actually do this in reality. I say this, and with all that said, a lot. And I can't stop myself. If you want to see more of this nonsense, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon. Ding, 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 ding! Top of morning! And I will see you all in the next movie review. Bye. It is a rated R film that is directed this thing and wrote it. It stars and Frank Dillane. It says Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The movie does kind of go dark, and I want to just cut this looks a lot of stuff that is just it. So this band's going absolutely nowhere apparently. Yeah, the Fantomes. Don't remember that band name, and probably should have, but. 80s was a long time ago now. Demonetization. And I didn't like that. And they kind of just rode away from that. And I'm like, no. You don't demonetize each other this way and just go, well, we're just going to leave you there. It just feels like there's nothing going on here. And it is basically background fodder. And yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going now. Bye.